Theo, firstly, a huge welcome back to Southampton Football Club. How does that sound?
Who would have thought, honestly? It sounds perfect. It really does. I had a few opportunities from other clubs, but as soon as Southampton came in for me, that was, it's part of me. It's made me into the player I am, and it's in my heart, and it's just, I'll probably cry. I bet when I first play. That means so much, and all the people that made it happen as well. Can't thank them enough, honestly. But yeah, I'm so pleased. Yeah.
It's obviously a bit of a homecoming for you, having been at the club as a youngster. What's your memories of being a Southampton player, coming through the ranks and making your debut so young as well?
Yeah, well, 15, 16 years ago. I remember actually, this time I won't forget putting my shirt on. That was one thing, I forgot to put my shirt on to come on against Wolves, it was at home, with Harry at the time. And yeah, it was one of the best 20 minutes I've ever had in the football shirt. Just, there's a lot of talk, from the academy side of things, because how good the academy's been developing players, and I was one of those lucky ones that managed to get through. And now hopefully I can repay all that faith and kindness that I had from those days into now, and make this team push on a lot further than they are.
It's like coming full circle, right? That must be pretty special.
Yeah, it just seems to work like that. I've seriously lost for words when Southampton came on the table, to be honest, and for me it was such an easy decision. Yeah, it really was, and to get the chance to work with the manager as well, and these young players that are coming through, like I say, I feel like I've made the right choice.
Would teenage Theo expected or maybe have even wanted a return to St Mary's one day? Teenage
Theo, yeah, I always felt like Southampton's been with me from even when I went to Arsenal and Everton. I just felt like I always wanted Southampton to do well. It was just something about obviously being there at such a young age, and the academy side of things, and all the people that I worked with, and the players that I played with up to now, in the Youth Cup and everything. There's just so much that happened in such a short time, and I just feel like, I want to maybe come back one day. I really did, and obviously I'm sat across the room with you now, so it's a dream come true. It really is.
Sounds a bit like fate.
Yeah, maybe it is. I do believe in that. So, but yeah, like I say, a lot of hard work will come down to me and the team. But yeah, I'm not going to be stopping and thinking this is a homecoming type thing. I really want to work as hard as I can and try and help this team and develop. My experience I've got in the Premier League as well. Hopefully, I can help these young guys coming through. And yeah, let's see it. Hopefully, it's going to be a very good season.
I think I'm right in saying we're nearly 15 years to the day since your first team debut at Southampton.
Bloody hell.
What kind of Theo is returning to Saints? Obviously a highly experienced one, as you've already said.
Yeah, well, I've got a lot more hair than I had back then. I've got a bit of a beard. Like I say, with the amount of experience I've had in the Premier League and the person that I've grown into, not just on the field but off the field as well, I'm always there to help out others and always willing to learn still. I feel like it's a really important trait to have. It doesn't matter how old you are, and how, I feel very young anyway. I say how old I am. I'm 31, but I probably look about 25, I suppose. My body feels like it. These days, these young players, you need to keep up with them. So, I tend to look after myself very well physically, because obviously the Premier League is very demanding. And yeah, I've played in the Premier League for so long now, and I feel like I'm part of the sofa of that. But like I say, I've still got a lot to offer, I feel, and hopefully it's going to definitely be down the coast.
And when the opportunity presented itself, we've touched a little bit on this already, what made you want to return? Because from the way you're speaking, I can tell that this place is very close to your heart. Yeah,
it's just very special. I was lost for words, like I say, when Southampton came in for me. Driving down here on my own, it just brought back memories of my old man used to drive me to Southampton from Newbury for the hour's journey, and I used to fall asleep. I didn't fall asleep on the way here, luckily, driving myself. So it was just really strange. It was just really, like I say, I was lost for words, and I called my family just to let them know before anyone else. And I was ready to leave from literally when Southampton said they want you type thing. I was ready a few days ago. But obviously a lot had to happen, and like I said before, I'm very grateful for Everton and Southampton coming to an agreement with this. So and now hopefully I can repay all of that.
Well, I can tell you your name is still up on the wall in the academy canteen. I know you haven't been to Staplewood for a good few years. Yeah. So I imagine you're a huge source of inspiration to a lot of the young players who are in the current Saints Academy. That must be comforting to you, but also quite humbling, I guess.
Yeah, like I said before, the academy side of things at the club was always the main thing that attracted me right at the start. You know, when I had a few clubs after me at such a young age, it was quite daunting, to be honest, but I just felt there was something about Southampton that really ticked a lot of boxes from the academy sense. You know, I stayed away from the first team and all that, but the other clubs tended to put me straight to the first team. It was just a bit too much, I felt, for my young head, you know, only being 10 years old, you know, to accept all that. And I just felt Southampton was the perfect place for me to develop as a person, as a player, and I feel like I made the right decision then, and I feel like I made the right decision right now. And yeah, just, you know, be able to go back to the training grounds, it will probably hit. It's not quite hit me yet. I feel like when I go there as well, and the stadium and train as well, it's just going to hit me then, I feel. But yeah, when I see my name with some of the guys that I've played with as well, yeah, that's, again, it's just so surreal. It really is. But that means a lot, this club, to me. It really does.
Lots of nostalgia, I can tell, for you, just by chatting to you. What will it feel like to pull on a Saints shirt on a match day again?
Again, it just, something feels right about it. Yeah, just like every time I look down, I see the badge, it just feels right, and it just feels like I said, it does feel like home, but I want to make this home work and really push on and help this team. I'm not here just to make up the numbers at all. I'm here to play and to perform and work hard, and my main trait is to work hard. As long as you work hard, you know, everything will come to you. And enjoyment, you've got to enjoy it, and just when I look down at this, I get a sense of enjoyment with this club as well. People I spoke to on the outside about how the club has developed and you know, from where it was to now, with the manager, with the experience they've got now. Obviously Danny, who's, you know, he's obviously with England now as well, and a few of the guys I know. So yeah, I'm looking forward to working with them. I'm sure they're gonna enjoy playing with me. Yeah.
Did you speak to any of the guys before you made the decision
No,
to come down here? Did
I
that
haven't.
factor into your thinking?
Not at all. No. Like I said before, as soon as Saints, that was it. That made my mind up for me.
That was a big enough hook for you.
Yeah, completely.
It's a shame that the fans aren't obviously going to be there for the first time when you step back out on that St Mary's turf. But obviously fond memories for you of playing in front of the Southampton supporters, even at such a young age. Yeah,
it's a shame in all sort of grassroots of football and everywhere around the world where, you know, fans can't go and enjoy a game. Which sounds mad, but it's just the way we are at this moment in time. Hopefully in the near future that we can start to slowly, you know, integrate fans back in. But yeah, it's one of those things that, you know, I'm just going to have to wait for. But, you know, first priority for me is to play well for this team and to try and win. That's all I can do. And hopefully the fans back home on the TVs, you know, watching on the TVs at home can enjoy, you know, Southampton, you know, climbing that table and doing well. I mean, you know, obviously we got a very good result the other day, and they're slowly starting to get there. So I feel like, yeah, I'm gonna fit right into hopefully the training scheme and, yeah, work hard. Simple as that.
I'm about to ask you in terms of what you bring on the pitch. I'm sure fans already know what you're about down here. It's your pace, it's your directness, it's creating goals, it's scoring goals, and you know, much more in between. But also, I guess, that mature head now and that experience that you're able to pass down onto some of the younger players of the team.
Yeah, exactly that. Like I said before, I'm always that person that, you know, you can come to me to talk about anything. It doesn't have to be football related. It can be anything. So that I always feel comfortable in that environment. And yeah, like I say, I feel like if you're working as hard as you can on the training field, if people see me working hard, it's only going to inspire them to obviously compete as well. I feel like competition is very important in a team. And I've always competed from when I moved to Arsenal, obviously to Everton as well, and it's just the way the world is in football. So yeah, that head of me is going to obviously be, you know, very important to this squad to hopefully push on people to get them to the next level as well. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Be interested to see what shirt number I pick, I suppose, which will be quite exciting as well.
Your style of play as well is pretty well suited to the manager's philosophy.
Yeah, I've managed to speak to the manager as well. And the way that they press in packs and do a lot of things off the ball, I feel like that's going to fit into my style pretty well. You know, it'll take time to get into it for a few training sessions, but like I say, I'm a willing learner. I've learned quite quickly, so that will help the manager, I'm sure. And like I say, I've been in the game for a long time, so I know how to adapt pretty quickly.
And if we fast forward perhaps 12 months, don't want to be too presumptuous, but if we were looking back, if we were looking back, what would you wanted to achieve on your season-long loan down here on the South Coast?
That's hard to say. You know, I just feel like I want to do as best as I can for this football club, and then we'll see what's going to happen. Simple as that. That's all I can do. You know, I believe in all my strengths and the support that, you know, the fans will bring to me. And like I say, when I put on this top, it's just something seems right. So I feel, yeah, there's a lot to come, I'm pretty sure. But I can't, you know, I'd love to have a crystal ball and read and be able to tell. But yeah, sadly I can't. But we'll see.
And just finally, I guess a little message from the fans, because our social media has been inundated today with people saying announce Walcott. So the supporters certainly haven't forgotten about you. Have you got maybe a little message for them?
Yeah, no, I'm very thankful for everything they've showed support from when I was playing at the Academy Youth Cup, and everyone was always wanting me to play, and I was only really young. I couldn't play straight away, and obviously the team went down as well, and that was my opportunity to perform. And they showed me so much support at such a young age. Even if I fall over, the ball or whatever, they just always cheered me on. And not just me, but other Academy graduates as well. But particularly me, I was just sort of overwhelmed by the love that I received. And I'm sure it's going to be more, and 100 times what it is. So that means so much to me. And I'll just work as hard as I can for those guys, definitely.